Hello, my name is Jessica Tucker. I'm a nutritionist and the owner-operator of Total Health and Fitness of Tampa Bay. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the vocabulary of nutrition, understanding the basics. Now, this is only meant to be an overview. It's a basic introduction of the vocabulary of nutrition. It is not meant to be exhaustive. So if you have questions about something I don't define in this video, feel free to leave me some messages below and I will either reach out to you personally or maybe I'll make another video explaining your definitions. Make sure you leave me messages. Now, of course, please consult your doctor, dietitian, or nutritionist before you make any significant changes to your diet, especially if you have a chronic condition that is managed with medications. You have to be very careful with that. We're going to start with the first one, and most people have heard of calories. But what exactly is a calorie? At its most basic definition in nutrition, a calorie is a measure of the energy that is available in a food when it's consumed. Living beings get all of their energy from the foods we eat. We can't do photosynthesis like plants do, so we eat our food. For example, you eat an egg. There's 78 calories in one egg, and that means there's 78 units of energy that you get out of that egg. Now, energy from food is what we use to function every day. Our bodies also use some of that energy for growth and repair. And the process of converting energy from the food we eat to what we use to live, grow, and repair is our second term. That is metabolism. This is the act of converting the calories in food into usable energy. Metabolism is very important because even if you do nothing other than sleep, your body still requires energy for the basic functions of life. Things like your heartbeat, breathing, and cellular turnover won't happen if you have no energy. And the food that you eat is the fuel that your body uses to keep your heart beating, to keep breathing, and to do cellular turnover. According to the National Institutes of Health, the average man needs approximately 2,500 calories per day, and the average woman needs about 2,000 calories. But every person's metabolism is different and based on a lot of different factors. Things like your age, your location and the climate you live in, your sex and the hormones that you have, your levels of activity, and your health status. These all play into your metabolism and how many calories you need every day. So let's look a little bit more at nutrients. A nutrient is a substance that provides nourishment and is essential for growth and maintenance of life. Macronutrients are nutrients that are essential for life and needed in the largest amounts. Protein, carbohydrates, fat, and water are all considered macronutrients. So let's take a little bit closer look at my personal favorite, which is protein. Proteins are the building blocks of life itself. Basically, everything is made up of protein, from your DNA to your muscles to your internal organs. Even all of your body's cells are all made of protein. And there's 4 calories per gram in a protein foods. Proteins are absolutely necessary for growth and repair. You have to eat enough protein. Having enough protein in your diet is crucial. And the highest quality sources of dietary proteins come from animal products like meat and eggs. You can also get some protein from combining plant sources like legumes, nuts, and grains. It's a little bit more complicated and it's hard to get the right amounts of the proteins, but it is possible. Moving on to fat. Fat's found in a lot of different things. Things like butter, also the fat found on meats like bacon and steak and fish and chicken, also in vegetable oils. And there's 9 calories per gram of fat. Now, fat is also essential. We use it for storing energy. That's what fat is. It's stored energy. It's used to create the hormones that are essential for body processes. It's necessary for digestion. It provides structure and cushioning for organs and nerves. It helps with vitamin absorption, makes food taste good. But if you're eating enough protein, animal proteins, I should say, you're most likely getting enough fats to meet your needs. Moving on to the last macronutrient, and that's carbohydrates. Carbohydrates all break down into glucose, which is just a fancy way of saying sugar. And glucose is the default form of energy in the body. It's the easiest way to get fast energy in the body. Now, there are 4 calories per gram in carbohydrate foods, and they are found only in plant sources. And not just in things like cookies and breads, but also in grains, in legumes, and in fruits, and also vegetables. Vegetables are actually carbohydrates. Interesting note about carbohydrates, though. Even though they are the body's favorite form of energy, the human body is able to convert both fat and protein into glucose. So as long as you're eating enough of those macronutrients, your body is going to do the work to convert it to glucose through a process called gluconeogenesis. And the carbohydrates found in most modern breads, grains, and sweets have very little nutritional value because they've been so heavily processed and all of the good stuff has been removed. But the carbohydrates that are found in whole vegetables and fruits have not been processed and contain large amounts of highly beneficial micronutrients, which are the vitamins and minerals that are essential for health but are only needed in very small amounts. Deficiencies in micronutrients can cause serious and often life-threatening conditions. Vitamins are micronutrients that come from plants or animals that can be either water-soluble, meaning they dissolve into the body's water, and these are the 9B vitamins or vitamin C, or they can be fat-soluble, meaning they dissolve into and are stored in the body's fat, and these are the vitamins A, D, E, and K. Minerals are nutrients that are required in teeny tiny amounts to keep the body healthy. They're often metals or elements like iron, magnesium, zinc, sodium, calcium, and others. Now you can get, eating too much of any of the macronutrients can lead to weight gain, but one of the most common causes of obesity is overconsumption of carbohydrates, and this is especially from highly processed foods. Now let's talk about the last term I want you to be familiar with, and this is energy balance. Now, energy balance happens when you make sure you're eating enough calories to meet your daily needs without consuming too many. When you're in balance, you should not be gaining weight. If you eat too many calories, you're probably going to gain, and if you don't eat enough calories, you're probably losing weight. Now, there are conditions that can affect this, but if you're struggling with your weight, the best place to start is with making sure you're eating the right amount and not too much, because any calories that you don't use are going to get stored as fat. So if you've got any questions, leave them below. And of course, you can contact me through my business. I would love it if you'd like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you get all of the updates on my most recent videos. You can reach out to me personally. I'd love to meet with you either virtually or in person if you're in the Tampa Bay area. And here are my references. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next time.